More Americans want to leave now than ever, but most of them never will. This isn't a news video, and it's not about telling anybody what they ought to do. I've just been noticing something online and in my personal life. I've been feeling it for a long time, and it seems like the data is finally starting to catch up to the feeling. People, especially the younger ones, want out. They don't think they can accomplish their goals or even meet their basic needs in the US right now. I had a strong suspicion that when my wife and I decided to leave last year that we were going to see a lot of people behind us, and it looks like that's exactly what's happening. So what am I talking about? Last year, the American Psychological Association released a report titled Stress in America 2025. It outlined many of the reasons that people are struggling and how they're trying to cope with it. It identified several key stressors like loneliness, economic uncertainty, or societal division, among other things. People are reporting a lack of companionship. They're reporting losing sleep, worrying about their future. They're losing friends and family, arguing over things at the dinner table. If you've been feeling like this, you're not alone. From the article, when asked to choose words that represent America today, the most commonly selected terms were a mix of hope and disillusionment. Here are the most common words and how they ranked: freedom, corruption, opportunity, division, hope, fear. I think it's pretty funny that freedom and corruption are almost equal here. It's such a clear example of the divisiveness that people are feeling. 63% of young Americans 18 to 34 have considered leaving the country, often citing the state of the nation as a reason. A report released last year by the Ludwig Institute for Shared Economic Prosperity found that roughly 60% of US households felt that they could not achieve a minimal quality of life. They felt like they were literally struggling to meet their basic needs. That's almost 2/3 of adults under the age of 34 that want to leave, and 2/3 of households that say they can't make ends meet. That's a funny way of saying the majority. That doesn't seem like something that would happen in a healthy economy or country. If it were working well, people would want to stay and they would be able to afford to stay. By the way, if this matches how you've been feeling, that's basically what this channel is about. So please like and subscribe for more. It helps me know that you like what I'm doing and to keep making more of it. Where do people want to go? They want to go where the views offer variety, where they don't have to see the same 4 square miles of unwalkable stroads repeated ad nauseum throughout the whole country. They want to go where the rents are lower and the food's healthier. The most popular destinations seem to be places like Portugal, France, Spain, Greece, or Switzerland. But there are many other places all over the world that are becoming increasingly popular, like Albania, where I'm located, for example. Once you open your mind to the possibility of leaving, you realize how many options there actually are. What are people looking for? They'll usually tell you they're looking for a better cost of living, better quality of life, better work-life balance, a more stable political climate. I can tell you from my experience, the number one reason that we left was economic. If the numbers didn't work to come here, we wouldn't have done this. It turns out there's a lot of places all over the world that are less expensive to live in than the US. Once you experience that firsthand, it's hard to go back. Why would you? And then that feeling compounds once you start to experience the healthier lifestyle and you start to lose weight, feel better. Some healthy meals and some long afternoons at the coffee bar really start to reframe your perspective. Having lived this personally, it feels like reclaiming my agency. It's like finding my free will again. But are people actually leaving? While more people are considering living abroad than ever, it's only 1.4% of US citizens that are actually doing it, at least according to government data. Now, how much you can trust that, take it with a grain of salt maybe. But in my opinion, as time goes on and conditions worsen, that number is gonna go up. Immigration statistics from all over the world are reporting record increases in inflows from the US. As a result, many countries are starting to tighten up their borders, change immigration policy to make it harder to get a visa, harder to enter the country. They're making it harder to get citizenship in some places. A few years ago, Portugal was all the rage and everybody on the internet was talking about it, and go figure, it starts to fill up and the country starts to rethink some of these policies that make it so enticing, and it makes it more challenging for people. So while only a small percentage is actually taking the plunge, it's still starting to really have a cumulative effect and make an impact. Options seem to me to be narrowing, and the costs are definitely going up worldwide right now. And a big part of that is a result of the outflow from the US. Bottom line, more people want to leave the US than ever, but the reason they want out is the same reason they won't leave. They can't afford it. It's not cheap or easy to leave the US, and as more and more people do it, it's only going to drive the cost up. An object in motion often stays in motion, and I think trends tend to work the same way. Until something changes to stop this trajectory, I think it's just going to keep going the same direction. More people are going to leave next year, more the year after that. Just know, if you've been feeling like this and you've been thinking a lot about a new way of life, you're not alone. But also keep in mind that the more people that do this, the harder it's going to become to do. Do with that information what you will. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this conjecture from a random guy on the internet that's lived this experience, hang out for a while and check out some of these other videos. I mean, when is YouTube ever wrong?